All right, so we've been asked about the history of the Lagoon and where it all started, and it's kind of difficult to explain. I think maybe it was we had so many kids in this home. We've raised 8 kids here, and we wanted to create something that was kind of different and kind of magical for them. We couldn't be responsible for 8 kids wandering around the neighborhood not knowing where they were, so we thought if we built something kind of cool and kind of fun, then they would stay here and their friends would come over and maybe they'd be the cool kids or something like that. So at least that's the story I tell people, because people will ask me sometimes, did you build this for them or did you build it for you? And I never really come up with a convincing argument about that one, but I think I'll just let it stay where it is, that it's a neat place that we wanted to build and we wanted to do something special with it.
So Halloween is actually my favorite holiday and has always been, and I'm not sure how that actually started, but it just is. And I think it's kind of the opening into the rest of the holidays that just kind of brings all the families together.
Everything in the yard has a meaning and a significance to me. And like behind me, the bridge. When we came together, I had kids and she had kids, and I didn't read the fine print. I thought we were done. I didn't know that we had to have a couple more. So we have a yours, mine, and ours configuration here. And the first child that we had together, Haley, her middle name is Bridges, because she was the bridge between 2 families. So we named this the Haley Bridge.
I was a big fan of Kenny Loggins, and my favorite song was Leap of Faith. And truly when we got together and decided to blend the family, we really did kind of gravitate towards the song Leap of Faith, and he named the ship that I didn't know that was going to be back here the Leap of Faith. And that's kind of where it all started.
I can see a bullet hole in the door over there. I've got a little round mini ball, and I had the kids almost convinced once that that was from pirates that were attacking. And I told them that Mom took a shot in the belly button, and she'd had a little bit of surgery and she could lift her shirt up and show her, and that almost sold them. I had them at that one because they realized, oh, not only is there a bullet lodged in the door, Mom has a scar. So I got some mileage out of that one until they got too smart and they wised up.
Steve really wanted to create the backyard, so the running joke was that the inside was mine and the outside was his. Little did I know that when I said that yes, a pool would be great, and it was fine to have a pool and a tree, and I was good with that, we really didn't get that. And I think that he used Halloween as an excuse to create the fantasy that, and really the magical, beautiful yard that we have today that brings so much love and light to our community here.
So every Halloween we do a different story. Some of them get more elaborate than others, but this particular Halloween we started with this crazy story about Geppetto. Geppetto had made a mistake and trusted a nefarious character named Rumpelstiltskin. And Rumpelstiltskin had kind of snagged Geppetto into a deal because Geppetto was distraught because he lost his child and all of that kind of stuff. So anyway, we brought in a bunch of different kind of characters from different sources and meshed them all in, or kind of just threw them all in and let everybody have fun with it.
So decorating for Halloween has always been something very special to me, and that started in my home because that's where my kids got to really, starting at the ages of 12 months and 2 years, where they get to look around at the house and go, oh, what's going on, because Mom's decorating. And so I do kind of go a little overboard inside, where I like to decorate in every little part of my home, that where they walk and where they go, they get to see a little piece of how Halloween is being built and all of the marvel behind all of that, because I love the excitement. But yeah, I guess I might have a little problem in doing my inside of all of the decorations.
So what we have to do
is first try to recover this little runaway wooden boy, if possible, and in the process, encourage the new visitors to the lagoon to pack up their crates, fix up their ship, and get the ship out of here. Who's with me, man? Let's make it happen. Let's not fall in the pool. Let's not injure each other. And
At the front door, we always have our what we call the gatekeeper's position, and that's usually by Donnie. And Donnie is a great, lovable guy who looks the part of like a menacing Samoan warrior, but he's a big teddy bear. So he'll come and he'll be door guard to make sure that nobody comes in when they're not supposed to come in, and kind of counts off 10 or 12 of the revelers to come through at a time as we're doing the guided tours. So this year, to support the Geppetto storyline, he was busily making all of these puppets, and then he had villagers that were hawking his wares and selling these puppets. So
Puppets? Handcrafted puppets for sale? Made by Geppetto himself, only 100 pounds. Puppets for sale?
we recruited some good friends in there, you know, Sheila O'Malley and Carl Lackinger, that played Geppetto. And Carl is Geppetto. I don't know if you see the footage, but Carl is Geppetto.
I'm Geppetto, and I cannot find my boy. He's a little boy, about so big and made of wood. And he got a nose, he kind of grows, but he tells lies. I'm gonna miss him, my boy. If you see him, you please let me know. Thank
He
you.
really just put his heart and soul in it and just sold it. It was just great. So as he's explaining to people that he can't find his little son and the kids are interacting with him, they peel off from that and they come in, and that's the first time they actually see the lagoon. As they come around the corner, they get to see the flame and the pool and the mermaids and all these things going on. And that's the time that they'll see Captain Jack. And Captain Jack, you know, my friend Justin, he does an outstanding job with this every year. It just, he's always the big favorites. They talk about the, you know, the things that they're most impressed with, and the kids always mention Captain Jack at the top of the list.
And I'm really in love with whoever plays Johnny Depp in there. Like, honestly, I'm in love with you.
Anyway, he's a real giver, and he'll come down and interact, and we'll play, and no two dialogues are ever the same. And sometimes we create some real funny stuff, and you know, and sometimes we'll rehash it and use it later, but he is, you know, he does a great job. So the mermaids have always been a big part. In fact, some of them, Stephanie, she's so committed. She's been here every year. She went to her dentist and got mermaid fangs made specifically for this. It looks a little scary, and it's funny to watch the kids because they'll come right up to the edge of the pool, and the kids see the mermaids, and the mermaids smile with the fangs, and sometimes it catches them off guard. It's just hilarious to watch.
Are you going to a ball? Yes, I am. Are you going to see your prince? Yes.
But they have done a fantastic job. They really have done a great job. We had Sierra in there, Alyssa has been a mermaid, we had Maya and Zora, and there's a list of mermaids that have been in there, and it's just been an exciting part of it. So as the guides are taking the group out, then we come around this corner, and there is this neat little space over there that was all lit up with fairy twinkle lights, and this year we brought a friend of ours, Kirsten, over, who plays Tinkerbell. And it was the biggest hit, especially with the little kids. She absolutely looked the part. She could just rock it and make it work. If she were actually about this tall, I would be convinced that she was Tinkerbell. That's how good she is. There was a little girl, maybe 2 or 3, and she had a little Tinkerbell costume on. And there was this magic moment where the two of them just came together.
This is Neverland. I'm so glad you could come. She's so excited. I'm so happy you're here. Do you need some pixie dust? Ready? Catch it. Ready? I was just going to give you some of hers.
Oh, did you
get
it? Did you get the pixie
Did you catch it? Yeah. Oh, look how beautiful you look.
And it was just the sweetest thing to watch. It was just amazing. As we go out into the front yard, then we transition into this place where it's a little bit like a Nightmare Before Christmas. My wife, my lovely bride, she wanted to do something a little different this year that wasn't pirates. Well, initially I was a little bit resistant to that, and as in most cases, she got her way. So what we ended up doing is building these props, and then we wanted to find a character actor to try to play it. His name is Spencer, and he happens to be like 6'9". Well, he came over and he told us that I can't stay long because I have another party to go to. The guy wouldn't leave. He fell in love with the character. The little kids just loved him. He had the deep baritone voice, and they were sitting on his lap, and he was taking pictures, and it was just so magical. And our friend Rebecca was Sally, and the two of them, and the height difference was hilarious, but he just made it work. He just made it work. And afterwards said, I'm coming back. Every year I'm coming back. And it was just, you had to see it to believe it.
To me, I was just, yes, you need to go for it and build it. And little did I know that he was going to create the bigger, and it gets bigger every year.
Every year we've been doing this for the last 17 years. And in fact, the running joke is that I start getting ready for Halloween on November 1st. And it's probably true, because it's something I look forward to. I never intended it to be something so big and so elaborate. I certainly didn't think it would last this long.
And then every year I marvel in everybody that comes forth and the joy that it brings to everybody else. And I get to step back and really marvel in the fact that my husband really did create wonder.
Whatever is happening here, the joy that I get out of it is worth the frustration and the expense and the different things that come along with trying to plan an event of this size.
Seeing the reaction and the expression of the children when they come back here and trick or treat, and make no mistake that it's not just down to the children. It really is also about the adults, and it's kind of interesting and kind of funny, but you will see the adults come through 4 and 5 times just to take in every bit of the detail that goes into this.
It's been worth it. Something's been happening, and something magical has been continuing every year, something that I look forward to, and from what I hear from the people that come, they look forward to it too, and it makes me feel good.
What's your favorite part?
Mermaids.
The mermaids? And what was your favorite part?
The Tinkerbell area.
All right.
Did you like it, Max?
No. It was fun.
Seeing the mermaids. Seeing Tinkerbell. It was cool.
Yeah?
Thought it was awesome.
What did you think?
It was like Disneyland, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Amazing.
I understand it's always good every year.
Sheila, was that fun?
Girls, did you like it?
Did you like it?
You like it? Yeah.
All right.
Amazing, over the top, and kids look forward to it every year.
It was fun. I like the mermaids.
It's great.
Good.
You liked it?
Yes.
All right.
It was awesome. We love Tinkerbell.
It was the most fantastic thing I'd ever seen.
It's amazing. Amazing every year. We love it.
That's the most amazing house in Las Vegas, maybe anywhere.
It was like great. Like yes.
This is excellent.
This is awesome.
This
I've
is
never
best
been here
Halloween.
before. Loved it. Oh, it's awesome. What do you think, Eliza?
I would actually like to take the opportunity to thank each and every person that has actually contributed to this thing called the Pirate Lagoon, the Kilgore Pirate Lagoon, because really, truly, without everybody that has contributed and put forth their time and their effort and their props and sewing and this and that, and we have met so many wonderful people along the way, that this would not be possible. But more so ever, it really truly is about the relationships. It's about the building of the relationships. It's about giving back. And that's something that I just so firmly believe in, that it truly is the circle of life, is the giving and then the receiving, and ask and it's given. And every year there's something new, or it's touched somebody new, or it's touched us.
In my line of work, I've seen a lot of sad and disturbing things. And sometimes it's nice just to light one candle instead of cursing the darkness. To do something, maybe it's something silly, it doesn't make any sense at all, but it makes people smile. And I think that's part of what it is for me. It's almost it's something bright, it's something shiny, it's something real, and it's something that just makes you smile for no real reason. You just smile, and I think we need some more of that.